Is there any greater spectacle of beauty in the world than that of coral reefs? The diversity of organisms within a reef greatly outnumber those of other ecosystems. The radiant, iridescent, biophotonic colors that are emitted are unlike the terrestrial world. Many coral reefs claim to be the underwater rainforests of the world. What starts out as a small cluster of polyps gives rise to over thousands of polyps. Coral reefs are critically vital to the oceans that humanity benefits from. One benefit coral reefs provide is food for many areas across the world. Extrinsic examples of how coral reefs feed people and others can be seen through fishing. Many fishing companies depend on the shelter corals give to the juvenile fish. The cracks, crevices, holes, and caves that are formed by the calcium carbonate limestone structures provide the space and shelter that these juvenile fish need to grow and become mature fish to later get caught for food. The nutrient byproducts of corals also supply food to the lowest organisms of the food chain, such as planktons, isopods, copepods, and small invertebrates. Without these organisms at the bottom of the food chain, the ecosystem of a coral reef would cease to exist. The algae that live symbiotically with corals provides a range of food sources to many fish, specifically herbivores. Over time, through evolving, certain fish have developed a habit of grazing on algae. Some of this algae is produced by the corals themselves, and therefore they rely on the reef system to get their food and nutrition. In addition to food, reefs also provide shelter. Coral reefs are vital to the ecosystem, providing benefits to both ocean and humans alike. Reefs contain over 25% of all ocean life, but inhabit only a small portion of the ocean. Corals provide shelter for all of their inhabitants, ensuring the ecosystem's success. Certain species of fish that including would not be able to live without the reef. Reefs also play a role in the weather. Normal tidal waves that would crash and berate a shoreline are reduced and cut in half. Weather like tropical storms such as hurricanes are also blocked as the reef acts as a natural barrier for the shoreline, saving millions of dollars worth of damage that we don't even realize. Lastly, coral reefs have been found to provide another important aspect to human life. The properties found in corals help research in cancer and other diseases. New experimental cancer drugs have been developed and found to have been easier on patients other than chemo and radiation treatments. Corals have anti-cancer-like compounds that have been known to be found extensive in number. This is talking about species of corals that we might not even know exist yet, talking about thousands and thousands of anti-cancer-like compounds that we haven't even experimented with yet. These could all be gone if we don't do something to save the ocean. It's just something that people don't realize. The unique calcium-derived structure is what gives a coral its special properties. Clearly, coral reefs should be protected because of all their beneficial properties. But in conclusion, coral reefs are more than just a part of nature. They must be preserved to continue the value and importance of our ecosystem. Coral reefs provide food, have a role in the ecosystem, and help provide research in new experimental cancer drugs and other diseases. Coral reefs are in danger of becoming extinct across the world, yet no one seems to acknowledge all of the above benefits. Does the audience have any questions?
Very good.